Nagasamidam, Shanti, peace to you, peace to me. Hello and welcome to another video. My name is Peter and today I want to talk about, does our life really go round and round in cycles? Repeat, repeat, repeat. Does our life really go round and round in cycles? Well, for some people it really does. I remember being in the tube station in London, Stratford, and there was a big spray painting across the wall. It says, wake up, have your breakfast, go to work, come home, have your dinner, go to bed, repeat. How many people are stuck in that loop, just going round and round and round? But it gets deeper. There's much deeper layers to life than I think we can all fairly say. If we don't look, we don't open our eyes, we don't see the cycles going round and round and around. And quite often there's archetype characters with archetype energy coming into our lives and interacting with us for us to take the lessons from that. A lot of spiritual teachings say that life is just giving us lessons to learn. So it comes around and round and round, and the cycles of life come around for us to grow. If you look at everything, everything is evolving, everything adapts to its environment. If it can't adapt to its environment, it dies. So if we look at those spiritual teachings, or the teachings that come from us that say that we are learning and growing from our experiences, we are actually looking deeper into our lives and learning and seeing a little bit more into what we are and where we're coming from. We've got really two natures. We've got like a human biological nature, which some spiritual practices tell us to ignore completely. I don't agree with that at all, but some people do say that, or some gurus say that. Others, I think, take the human nature too far without actually taking in the higher nature, or the spiritual nature, the energy that actually comes into us. And once we start to accept that we are both a physical and an energetic body, we do bring in higher energies, higher sources coming into us. We do bring them in, and we can bring that down into our lives quite simply. But if we're in the same cycles, having the same angst and the same problems, the same characters come around into our lives, and they interact with us and they cause us problems, you'll be carrying on. Repeat, repeat, repeat. And it just keeps going round and round and round. And it gets too much, So there's layers to this. You can see past the layers, keep getting past the layers. You really got to try and look through the veil and lift the veil so that you can see through what's coming around. We tend to attract what we put out. It's the law of correspondence. So if you're putting a certain energy out, you will attract that energy towards you, and most of us, me included, don't usually see that happening. So you've got characters coming into your life that are much the same as somebody has come into your life before, and you go, oh yeah, you remind me of a friend. Or how often have you met somebody and you say, I feel like I've known you for years. Wow. It's an Assini mirror. They call it the Assini mirrors. If you look up the 7 Assini mirrors, people come into your life and you feel like you've known them for years, and it will come, they will keep coming until you resolve that issue within yourself, and then they will stop coming and a different mirror will come up. It keeps going. But that's getting into bigger circles, bigger cycles of life, and you tend to grow more and you learn more and you evolve more. And me, at this point in time, which may change because I'm forever searching and looking and changing and observing things that make me see things differently, I feel that we are polishing the diamond inside of us. This spark we have in all of us that is a beautiful spark. It's fantastic, and we keep polishing it. We polish it by learning, taking in, going through the layers that are stopping us from shining and being the brightest possible human being that we possibly can be. So it's us, it's down to us to polish this diamond. No one else is going to do it for you, put it that way. You think someone's going to walk in Yeah, I'll polish your diamond for you. No, they don't do it. It doesn't work like that. It actually works where you start to do it for yourself. You have to start to do the internal work. Then the external work can get easier. Other times it will feel hard. You'll feel like you're stuck in the quagmire. And when you do feel stuck and you are going round and around, don't ever forget that is not permanent. It's not a permanent state of affairs. You can actually move through it. But it takes toughness, tenacity, strength, a stoic feeling. I'm going to get through this. Yeah, you will. That's where we need to break these cycles. We have a generational cycle that goes around and around. We get born into a mean that we think we cannot change. And that's why the world is getting pushed to the edge in a crisis, because everybody says, well, this is the way it is, it's not going to change, we've got to carry on doing the same thing that we do. So you create money until it becomes valueless. You destroy the environment till there's nothing left because you want the resources from it. Now we're talking about going to the moon and ripping that dry, bleeding that dry, so we get more resources, so we can get more money, more growth coming in. Where's it going to grow to? That's the big question. Where is it going to grow to? How big is this going to get? How big can this grow till something collapses behind it? And that collapse behind us will be us, because it will be our world that collapses under the weight of this keep going around in the same cycle over and over and over again. It's too much. It's not the right thing to do. And healing our society really, excuse me, is raising all of our consciousness, seeing the cycles in our own life and healing those cycles, and then helping other people heal those cycles as well. So you keep moving forward very slowly, keep evolving and growing, and you will see the cycles clearly, and you'll see the characters come into your life, and you'll see the ones that you want to keep and the ones that you don't. So don't waste your energy on people that are not worth wasting their energy on. Focus on yourself, keep your energy for yourself, and when you want to share your energy, share it without any attachments to it. There you go, have it. Like doing these videos, I do these videos to try and share what I see and how I see life and where it's going, and how we can collectively try and fix these problems that keep coming up. It's the cycles of life where we keep ripping from the planet, building things and then churning it out as for consumers to buy, so that the money keeps spinning around and around and around. So you keep doing, take, build, give it to the consumers or users. I don't like either of those expressions, consumers and users. They're both derogative expressions now in our life, and I think we need to start to say, well, no, actually I'm a contributor as well. I contribute into life. I'm not a user, I contribute. Someone's contributed this camera. I couldn't build this camera that I'm speaking into at the moment. So somebody's contributed that. I'm contributing my energy into the world every day. Every day I do it now. I contribute and produce something that's new. And to do that, we all start doing that. We can all share it simply and easily. That's really important. That's breaking your cycles of life, doing something new, getting out there and creating more and more and more, so that you can contribute into society rather than just take. It's no good taking pictures of yourself in front of a mansion or in front of a fancy car and going, I've done it, I've made it. What have you made? What have you done? What have you done? What have you made? Yes, it's creating something, and then keep creating it, and then talking about it and sharing it with your friends, sharing it with the people who actually care about you. And that really is where it all comes from. And that's where you break your cycle of your life, is because you keep creating something. Even if you become a great cook, a great writer, great actor, great musician, anything. But breaking those boundaries down, because there's going to be less and less work as humanity becomes more and more robotized. Artificial intelligence is going to be taking over. We're already seeing the calamity that has done with the government, the UK government, and they relied on artificial intelligence, and it was disaster, complete disaster. So we need to take the world back as human beings and break our own cycles and break the cycles that we're in at the moment. Because once you start to break the cycles we're in, we will see the world change. And the world will change very quickly and rapidly, as you can see the changes in yourself when you take the time to go inside. Best way I've done it is through Qigong. Qigong is the simplest way of actually going inside, of breathing with motion and the mind focusing on the body. And it's harder than you think. It's harder to sit there and just focus on 5 breaths. And you say, well, why would I want to do that? Because it sharpens your focus. It makes you more focused as a human being, and it helps you with anything else that you do. That's why you do it. So your focus becomes sharper, and then your passion starts to rise. Your energy starts to rise towards what you want to do, and you become better at it. And therefore it will become you, and you can do it. You can do it until the cows come home, that old expression, until the cows come home, because you love doing it. And that really is breaking the cycle of your life. Good stuff. You can do it, I know. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. We say Sarang Hamidar, which means I love you.